Hello, Commanders, and hello, my friends. How are we doing today? I hope you all are doing very well. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the patch 71, or patch notes for patch 71, Symbiosis Part 2. In this patch, we have a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. I've gone through it, talked with some players, kind of come up with some of my own thoughts. I want to share with you my initial thoughts on this, some places where I look at some of the things that are coming out, scratch my head a little bit and say, are you kidding me? Does this make sense or not? So anyways, let's hop into it. Let's talk about it. And after you watch the video, feel free to leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you and get your initial thoughts as well as we go into this. And we're going to talk about it. Why? Because the players matter. All right, so here we are. Turned off my camera so I don't get in the way of seeing the wonderful patch notes. But here we are. Won't read too much about the introduction here. There's a video here talking about the drop of the explanation from Beck. We all love to hear from Beck, don't we? So if you're interested, we can look at that video on another video, so you'll have to let me know below if that's of interest to you. But we've got Arena Combat. They dropped a video a couple days ago. We talked about that in my stream. I think that was Friday night, which, just a reminder, I live stream on Twitch on Thursdays and Friday nights typically. We do Star Trek Fleet Command on Thursday nights for a couple of hours, and then we do Jackbox party games for an hour on kind of a party night on Friday night, and then we finish up with some Star Trek Fleet Command after it. So feel free to come in, just trying to grow a community of people that want to help each other get better at this game and find the fun. So feel free to look into that. So we'll talk about the Vindicator ship. Yay, a new ship and a new loop. I know you're all looking forward to that, aren't you? So anyways, we'll talk about that. Syndicate expansion, we've been talking about this for months, how all the Syndicate they've been throwing at us, all the XP that, you know, we kind of figured that we were going to see an expansion, and here it is. We'll talk about some of the officers and so forth. We'll try and focus on the main things that are important to you all here. Arena Combat launching officially on October 14th. This is an interesting one. This is the first time they're officially doing a beta testing, it looks like. So we'll see how that goes. So any of you APAC players that are on my Discord, feel free to let me know. Drop some comments in Discord to let me know how that goes for you all. I'd love to hear from you. So on October 10th, it's officially launching for everyone on the 14th. So hopefully everything goes well and they have time to make any kind of changes or adjustments they need to before it's pushed out to everyone else. So thank you to APAC players for being the guinea pigs. All right, so what is it? They talked about it many months ago in the roadmap for 2024, finally coming out. It's almost the end of the year. You have to be 40 plus to be able to do this. It's going to be only one day a week. You'll have a squad of 5 alliance members. Any alliance member 40 plus can enter, can create a squad. Have to be 40 plus to participate, as far as I understand it. My understanding from listening to DJ's video earlier is that this is going to be something where it will be seven ops levels above or below you. That is one of the things that concerns me the most about this, is that you're going into the arena combat where you're going to be killing hostiles, doing armadas, PvP, PvP, PvP. So if you hate PvP, this may not be the mechanic for you, but it's part of the game. PvP is an important part that Scopely likes to push because more competition drives more price sales for more packs, because that's what it's all about. So if that's for you, great. I'm not a big PvPer. I've said that before, so you can hold that against me if you want to. I'll probably participate in it to help my alliance do the best I can, see what rewards I can get. Even if you lose, you're supposed to get some rewards. But it worries me, for example, if you're in Ops 40, 41, even 42, and you've got your G4 and common ship, what's 7 levels above you? Well, you're going to be facing someone with a rare 46 ship that can easily outmatch you. So you're talking, and then if you're in the upper 50s, you're going to be taking your G5-6 against G6 players. I just think that's a disaster waiting to happen. Like, you're just going to lose. I think in my server, a lot of people that do PvP just for the event, for SMS events, they literally throw their ships into a zone and just throw something in Galaxy chat and say, hey, come kill my ships. You know, get points for losing PvP as well. And so I just wonder how well this is going to work. I'm also concerned about the matching up. Are there going to be enough players that are going to be interested in it to actually do this, or is this going to be another dead on arrival kind of thing? So that should be interesting. And it's not just going to be, my understanding is it's going to be in your region, not just your server. So so you're going to have matching up, you know, your 5 from your server with someone else in your region. So that may help with finding the people to match you up with. And initially it's going to be based upon only your operations level, but then it's supposed to match you up with, I'm guessing, wins, losses. So hopefully, maybe if it's a little rocky to start off with, it will get better. I don't know. I'm trying to be positive here about it. I'm just worried about the bracketing and is it going to be fun, or is this just going to be another thing that people are going to put up with? I don't know. I mean, waves were an interesting thing. There's some benefits, had been some benefits in doing waves, but a lot of people just stopped doing them altogether because they're just like, it's just not worth the time or the hassle. I imagine with this, it's going to take you probably 10 minutes just to do one of these PvP arena combat things, right? But how long is it going to take you to queue up before you get matched up with another pair, let alone the time it's going to take you to coordinate with your alliance? So you could be looking at 15, maybe 20 minutes additional gameplay. You know, it's just for that one day, but how many times are you going to be able to engage in this? I don't know. So we'll have to see. So that's kind of the main things here. There's some things about that are beneficial about you not losing your shields, I believe, when you are doing this. Free repairs. So it'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Bottom line, it comes down to what are the rewards like for me, and how much of a hassle will the pairing up become. And it will be even more difficult if people don't see value in it and people are not actually participating in it. It's just gonna be dead on arrival, you know what I mean? Or it'll die quickly. So we'll have to see how that goes. Certain points you have to get, or the 10 points with the most wins, or the most points after 10 minutes. So we'll see how that goes. Vindicator ship. I know you're all excited about a new ship. Battleship for operations 40 and above. It's interesting. It's going to have an ability that will draw attention, making it the primary target, and also return it with a vengeance. So as you're taking damage, you're supposed to be able to do a lot of damage in return. So that'll be interesting. I've kind of been trying to think, where would you use this? Could it be something that you use in G6 solos? Could be something you use even G5 solos if you solo the Armada. And these comments, by the way, are down the road for most players who probably will have many months before they can max this thing or get to a level where it's going to be able to do some of this. I'd also thought, what kind of damage can it output against like the Zindi Armadas, which a lot of players struggle with reaching and doing enough damage to take them out. So we'll have to see. But there's supposed to be events with all these goodies. I do like these temporal disruptors. I mean, those are hard to get unless you buy a pack for them. Just kind of save up as much as you can in between spend events on those. But that may help with artifacts too. So unlocking fleet commanders, artifacts, getting skill points for like Lorca. This seems to be the sourcing for that. As well as Sloan, which is a pain in the butt through the waves to do that. So anyways, that's something to consider if that's a worth a value to you or not. I'll probably do another video where I show the upgrade costs and everything with it, because I think I'm going to be getting that to show off to you all. So anyways, and not by Scopely, I'll be paying out of my own pocket, but I guess part of the fun of having the YouTube channel is being able to do stuff like that. So our combat, there we go for 20 rounds. Upgrading the ship increases taunt duration, so probably the number of rounds, and cooldown increases weapon damage. This passive ability for the Unfettered Revenge by X% for 5 rounds each time you're hit by an armada. Cumulative. So once again, Vindicator ship parts and currency, Fleet Commander unlock, skill points, credits in all 3 rarities, officers, temporal disruptors, and speed up tokens. Okay, so rewards and research. Rewards can be claimed using the spacework circuits, which are earned through weekly events. Located at the end of the starship tree, there are 14 nodes specifically for upgrading the Vindicator, and we can look at that maybe in another video. Syndicate expansion is the next thing. So we'll revisit that ship in another video. But Syndicate expansion, new levels and rewards. I know I talked with a couple of people in my stream, my live stream, a few months ago, and they're like, "Yeah, I've maxed out, so I'm just waiting for them to unload more levels." So they have more levels with new rewards and benefits for reaching those levels, so we can look at that too at a later date. They do have, it's interesting, this claim all button for your daily goals. I do like it. I think it's a time saver. Not a huge time saver, but it is a time saver. One thing that I don't like is, one, it's locked at your syndicate level. Why don't you just open it to everyone? Come on, Scopely, come on. So it's not open to everyone. You have to be a certain syndicate level. Unlockable, it's 27. So they're locking that behind a paywall, so to speak, or a time gate. So that's annoying, but you kind of get it. But the one thing is, they have, when you are claiming your XP for the day for your factions, for example, many people will do one faction or dual faction at a time to lock those, and you don't want to claim all of them, not necessarily, so some people may get this benefit but completely ignore it. So anyways, there is that. So hopefully that's something they can look at. Let's see, Syndicate expansion, hostile loot, daily goal increase, FKR credits, projectiles, daily goal increase, hazards, and new epic syndicate officer. Okay, so we have this new faction. Told you there's a lot to cover in this video here. Exclusive officer, Mary Uhura. Okay, so we're back in game here real quick. If we go to factions, we have various officers: Kira, Picard, Data, Troy, and yes, it's spinning, which means it's loading. Thank you, Scopely. So various officers, even the new officers, so that's great. Giorgio's Crown increases Apex armor versus player ships. That's a PvP. I do like the premium mirror dust, so that is very good. Fantastic research there that will help you out. Efficient upgrades, cost efficiency for various things that will help a lot of players out there. Vengeful Defense, Apex Barrier versus players, so we got some PvP stuff there. G3 Innovative Engineering increases cost efficiency of blueprint bundles, so that's going to help players unlock ships at a lower cost, so I think that's fantastic. So I've got the G3, G4, G5, G6. So that's something definitely worth investing in as you are doing this stuff. So once again, hopefully the rewards are enough that it's not going to be a pain in the butt to do. Cost efficiency for rhodium, cosmic particles, assembly metals, syndicate requisition, some more syndicate XP it looks like. This is stuff for the arena. Cost efficiency for premium rifts, forbidden Favors unlocks a daily reward of protomatter, catalysts, reactors, and fusion rods, which will really help, I think, a lot of players. There's also these reputation bundles if you're still working on those. Arena repair tokens. So that's interesting. Used to repair ships engaged in arena activities. And then there's all these different things. So if those are interest to you for those avatars or what have you. The patch notes here, reward and progression on the faction reps. So this will be something that has a lot of different benefits for you. Okay. Let's talk about officers. Mazriad Vale. Officer ability, increasing apex barrier versus invading entity for very specific hostiles there. Below deck ability, the winning gambit. Every time your ship gets hit by hostile or armada, increases your critical chance by whatever percent. So that is great to have a below deck officer that can do that against armadas. Unlike Hugh, who's just hostiles. So that's great. Mirror Uhura. Officer ability, apex barrier for so many rounds when receiving a whole hit point damage from a player with a simulation. A simulation is a common thing to have from players to increase damage, so that's interesting. So that may be helpful to balance out some things or reduce the damage that you're taking. Silent partner versus hostile, so below deck ability, apex barrier versus hostiles, not armadas, but still nice. Okay. Epic syndicate officers, is it felon? Okay. He's got glasses there. He looks like a mean dude. This is interesting. Increasing FKR reputation gain by a certain percentage. Maxing him out at 400% would be really nice. Increasing protected cargo. If you're a miner, that may be beneficial for you as well. Having another protected cargo officer below deck. This bug guy, Beer Chickellerer, something like that. Officer ability, every time your ship gets hit by armada or hostile, increases your critical damage by X%. And seeing peer review below deck increases loot gained from hostiles by a certain percentage. So not armada, but still, as you're grinding, maybe you're trying to get some broken ship parts or what have you. As a below deck officer, I think that's fantastic. So great addition to have something like that in the game. I think a lot of players struggle with that, so that's great. Missions, we won't go over those. So we got missions for the ship, symbiosis, and the arena. Battle pass cosmetics, yada yada yada. There you go. In a nutshell, that's the patch notes, everyone. I wonder what you think about it. Is this an interesting month for you? They do also have an event store. Make just quick mention of a couple things there. I don't see a lot of great things in there, but one thing I do want to mention before I do a full review is that Janeway can be unlocked here. I think it's a good option to consider, considering that it's 1,000 per chest, limit 150, so you can actually max her out with 150,000 event store currency. So possibly follow that strategy of saving your event store currency till the end, but she may very well be someone that you can unlock if you desire to do so, because I think 150,000 is very doable through events for the month. We'll have to see how things pan out with everything, but hopefully that information is helpful. Just share some of my thoughts. I hope that the arena isn't a dead on arrival. I hope there's actually decent rewards and it's not a pain in the butt when you're queuing for it, or you're not being obliterated by a bunch of whales in a bigger a bigger group that completely demolishes you. So like I said, we may have to give it time, may have to wait for things to kind of settle down as people are paired up, and maybe you lose a lot, but then you find a strategy to win more than you lose. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Let me know your thoughts down below, and we'll look forward to you in the next video as we have a lot more to cover this month. So anyways, thanks so much, Commanders, and we'll talk to you next time.